Welcome into Tomahawk Talk alongside James Nahikian and Sam Hyman. I'm Kerry Crowley. The Bourne Braves 5-3 winners over the Cotuit Kettleers in Game 1 of the West Division semifinals of the Cape Cod Baseball League playoffs. James, Game 1 always important in a 3-game winner-take-all series, and tonight the Braves got on the board.
Just a huge win. Braves have lost their Game 1 over the last 2 playoffs and been fighting for their lives over the last 2 games in those series, and to get that first win here, it's huge. You know, the regular season that this team has had has paid off, getting the home field advantage and then taking advantage of that and getting that 1 series lead, and only having to win 1 more over the next 2 games. It's really important for the Braves, and I can't overstate how important it is to get the first game in a best-of-3 series.
Well, every team uses its ace in Game 1, and tonight the Bourne Braves turned to Travis Bergen. And Sam, it wasn't a prototypical start for Bergen, and that the Kettleers actually hit him around tonight, but Bergen kept the Kettleers off the board by just stranding runners on base.
Yeah, that was the real story of the game. Offensively, Cotuit got the hits, they got guys on base, they just couldn't drive them in at opportune times. And Travis Bergen gave up 10 hits. He becomes the 3rd Bourne Braves starter to give up 10 or more hits. So that really goes to show you that this starting pitching tonight was good, but the fact that they got out of jams was the biggest key. They gave up a lot of hits. That was the only problem. The good thing from Bergen, he got out of jams. Did throw a lot of pitches, though, 96.
Well, Richie Martin had a big blow tonight, went just 1 for 5 a few days after missing out on the Cape League MVP award, but he proved tonight, James, didn't matter to him that he didn't win it. He still came up with a big hit that the Bourne Braves can always count on.
A huge hit, you know, after Cotuit had taken that 1-0 lead with their 1 run in the top of the first inning. The Braves come back in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Richie Martin, it's a huge triple off the center field wall. At the time, it was a 1-run game. That scored 2 to give the Braves a 3-1 lead. They did give up that 3-1 lead, but Richie Martin, in only a 2nd at-bat after not being named the most valuable player, which, you know, I think there definitely is some debate on that, but
I don't know how much debate there is.
Just a huge hit for Richie Martin in a big-time spot to put the Braves ahead for the first time tonight.
The Bourne Braves get a few runs in the late innings, and Sam, then they turn it over to the bullpen. It has been so good this season and shut the door tonight as always.
4 innings, shutout baseball, back in, John Gorman, Joey Strain, 3 innings combined, electric stuff. When you get to that part of the ball game and the Bourne Braves are winning by at least 1 or 2 runs, it's game over because they're just so good at that. And that's why they haven't lost a game when leading after 7.
Well, it's time for players of the game. As always, I turn to you, James Nahikian.
I'm going to go with Mark Laird. He was 3 for 4 tonight, only player on the Braves lineup to get 3 hits. Was solid in center field as usual, and the outfield as usual. Normally plays right field, but big effort from Mark. Seems to get hits every time up there, and 3 hits tonight. Big effort from Mark.
Sam?
I'm going to say John Gorman, the guy that came out of the bullpen 3rd, and he was very good. 2 innings, didn't give up a run. Part of that big bridge to Joey Strain, because you really need that kind of guy to get the ball to Joey Strain in the 9th inning. He's my guy coming out of the bullpen, didn't allow a run.
2 great picks. The Bourne Braves 5-3 victors over the Cotuit Kettleers. James, I turn to you for your closing thoughts.
Well, I got a few closing thoughts. First off, I got to give a shout out to the Braves fans tonight. Showing up here, this game was delayed, you know, just over an hour, and so many rain delays over the past several days. Braves fans still got here in time for this game. Probably about 5,000-6,000 crammed in here. The atmosphere was electric. And
don't underestimate how many people were here.
Just
10,
big
12.
atmosphere for this team. And Kerry, I also got to give a shout out for you wearing your red shoes tonight. I don't know, probably can't see it on the camera,
purposely.
But you know, I told you to wear those shoes. I had a good feeling about this game if you would wear those red shoes tonight, and a big win. And I think, you know, your choice of shoe selection is part of the Braves win tonight.
Well, I wasn't going to have a ride to the ball game unless I wore these red shoes, so I thank you for that, James. Really appreciate it. The Braves aren't the only winners tonight. Before the game, General Manager Chuck Sturdivant was awarded the General Manager of the Year award, and I think we can all agree a very well-deserved honor for him, one of the fearless leaders of this Bourne Braves organization. The Braves take Game 1 of the West Division semifinals 5-3 over the Cotuit Kettleers, and they'll square off once again at Lowell Park tomorrow at 4 p.m. For James Nahikian and Sam Hyman, I'm Kerry Crowley saying so long from Doran Park.